Hey, welcome to Seth's Tone Zone here at Alvas Music. I am Seth, and I am joined today by the illustrious, is that a good name?
I guess
Knox.
so. I'll take it.
Chris is his real name, but we call him Knox around here as his last name.
Fort Knox.
Fort Knox, that's right. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, not too different from what we did. We did it with tape delays. Today we're going to focus in on analog delay pedals. Kind of do a little shootout. I got 5 different delay pedals and analog delays. Let me talk a little bit about analog delay. So last time we did tape delay, and what tape was is kind of the first machines that would, in a portable kind of, it really wasn't portable.
Not
they were
really.
huge. We showed you that big one. They were these big units, and they produced really cool delay sounds. But in the late 70s, I want to say, mid 70s, late 70s, people started earlier. There's not exact years, but we needed something more compact to come out. So how are you going to make a delay without using tape machines? They came up with what's called Bucket Brigade chips. I don't know exactly what they do. I just know that they're in these pedals. It's weird. They call it analog, yet it's kind of in a digital realm, early digital realm, before real digital DSP came out. All that kind of stuff. They had these analog pedals, and they're really cool. They got these Bucket Brigade chips to produce the delay signal, and it gets really weird. It's something called clock ratio. I was reading on it a little bit. That's what gives it these really artificial, weird, you kind of lose some of your tone. It's simulating what a tape does.
Right.
In a different way. And it kind of became its own thing. And then, like in the 80s, all this digital stuff came out.
Yeah.
And then it's made a big comeback. A lot of people really like these analog delays. Now, 4 of these are actual analog delays. One of them is a digital recreation, the Strymon. So let me talk about each of these pedals. I tried to kind of pick some from lower price to higher price. And feature-wise, they go up as the price goes up, the features go up. That's always what happens first.
Interesting.
Today, Knox is playing. I played this one last week, I think, on our video. A Nash S57.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
This guitar so much.
Every time we get a Nash in, we just want to play them all the time.
All the time.
He's going through, right behind him, the Victory Sheriff 22, kind of a Marshall Plexi kind of sound. He has it pretty clean, but it's a little dirty.
It's on the edge of breakup.
Just on the edge. Breakup. And I don't know why you sounded British when you said that. Anyway, it's going through a Victory 212 cab. One is a Celestian Vintage 30. The other is a G12 Anniversary. That's what makes this cab different from all the rest of these, except the creamback, of course. And let's hear that clean tone. Hey, I remembered.
You remembered this
Yay,
time.
clean tone. Let's hear it. No effects. Not the band, but... What pickup are you going to go on there?
I'm going to stay on the neck pickup.
Neck.
Mm-hmm.
I would. That's what God intended. I always say that. The Strat neck pickup is sublime.
It's the neck.
Not the band. Oh, man, I'm just on fire with these band
Fuego.
references today. Oh, Fuego. Un Fuego. All right, let's start with the Seymour Duncan Vapor Trail. These are newer pedals on the market. I thought I'd show it off. I really like it. It's really cool. I just heard it today, so.
It's a beautiful pedal. I really like nice. The analog. I love the modulation on this pedal. So let's hear it.
I'm going to take the modulation off just for now to hear it without modulation. And let's hear what this thing sounds like. It's really awesome. It's only $179, I believe. I think that is the price. So really good price range and basic, but let me just say what it has. It has a mix knob, a repeat knob, and a delay knob. And it has a rate and depth control for the modulation. Basic. That's what a lot of people just want. Why get crazy, But I really like it. Let's hear this pedal. Now, one of the things you notice about analog delay is it's very warm.
It's got a nice warm character to it, and it kind of loses its tone a bit, but I like the way that it kind of fades out.
Yeah, and when you mess with delay times on these analog delays, it gets a really cool like warbly sound, as you heard as I turned the knob. I had it on like, this one only goes to 600 milliseconds. The thing about these smaller analog delays is they usually only have 1 or 2 chips. Mm-hmm. The more chips you add, the more longer the delay times get. And on some of these big boys, they have like 4 or 5. Right. So that's where the expense really comes in these pedals, is
adding more chips.
Yeah, these chips are not cheap. They're hard to find. They don't make them in abundance like they used to, so they're kind of pretty cool. So this here is the slowest setting. 600 milliseconds.
Yes.
Here's the fastest. Yeah, it's like slap back. This is fun. I just love. This is why I love analog delay. It's so cool. I'm gonna put it a little bit higher. This here, the modulation in it. I'm gonna leave the rate down for a second. A little bit of depth, or I'll just turn it while he's playing. So here's the depth up a little bit. Adds a real nice kind of chorus effect.
I love awesome. This pedal so much.
He loves warbly stuff. I do too. I usually like my rate down a little bit more, give it a chorusy sound, but he likes the wackier the better. This guy and his pedal board. You should see his.
Wacky.
Wacky. Anyway, that's the Vapor Trail. I'm going to move on to the next one. I believe is 199. Now this is kind of like the first one that came out. It's based off it. It's a newer version. It's the Wazacraft Boss DM2, which is like the first one that came out. It only also had 600 milliseconds, and it's cool because it's like reversed. You put the repeat rate actually the opposite way.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, and it does have a custom mode, though, that knocks it up to, I think, like 900.
Okay.
That's newer. I'm going to hear the first mode first. There is no modulation on this delay. All the rest of these delays have modulation.
Rats. Not my pedal, then.
Yeah, it's probably going to be really nice and dark. I played one of these original ones from, like, the early 80s. They're really cool. Let's hear it. Let's see what it sounds like. That's the slowest it used to go. So this was more.
No way.
Yeah. When it only has like 2 chips in it. I mean, that's all they really could do back then.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say the use is more of like a solo with like some drive. It would sound more like what people would use it for, and less of like the actual super delay style, like modern long repeats. But I'm going to switch it into its custom mode. I think this is the slowest it goes. I'm probably going to have to adjust a little bit. Try it.
Let's check. It's pretty slow.
super dark, and what the Bucket Brigade chips couldn't do is the longer the repeats were, and this is even with modern ones, maybe less a little bit now, but you really get like a lot of crazy tone loss going on. That's that warbly effect. So the longer the delay was, it would be all warbly and weird, and
so it kind of loses its stability.
Yeah, it starts losing. There you go, stability. It starts losing it on that super long setting. I think it sounds really cool. A lot of people like it. It's like the original dark analog delay. Another one that I didn't bring out today because we should be getting the brand new deluxe version is the MXR carbon copy. Everybody's done a video on that thing, but I want to do the new deluxe.
That's like the most, at least for me, I could say the most well-known kind of, if you want an analog delay, you get the carbon copy.
Yeah, it kind of came out like 2008 or 9, I think. And then Boss kind of got in the game, and then Seymour Duncan got in the game for like around that same price range. So now those are like the small guys, 2 Bucket Brigade. How can I say it today? I never could say it. What am I talking about? Bucket Brigade chips. Let's move on now to a very famous pedal that was the first to kind of add the modulation in back in the day with like a memory, not the Memory Boy, Memory Man, but this is the Memory Boy. It's a very dark analog delay, but it has tons of features on it. There's tap divide in here. I can get dotted eighth, triplets, 16ths, all kinds of. Right now it's just set on quarter notes just so we can kind of be like the other ones. I mean, I might mix one in. This has expression control over. If you plug in an expression pedal, you can control the rate, the depth, the feedback, the delay, all kinds of crazy stuff. Really cool. Yeah. And the price range is really good. I'm not exactly sure the price on this one. I want to say it's close to $200, which is just as much like the other ones. Yeah. Electro-Harmonix always known for good prices. It has a gain control, a blend control, which is like the mix. Modulation, it can get really warbly with different kind of sound waves, the feedback.
You better take me there.
I'm going to take you there. And it has tap tempo. The other ones have not had tap tempo yet. So this one has tap tempo. I'm not sure how slow it goes. We'll see. Right now I kind of have it whatever setting, so I don't know what millisecond that is, but we'll find out. Let's hear this one. What the heck is that, man?
That's insane.
Let me hear it right here. It's like an ambulance. Something weird. That's really cool. I like it. It's cool. Let's hear the other wave real fast and hear how crazy it gets. Nice little sine wave there. Let's hear it all the way, just get crazy.
Eighth note?
Eighth note, yeah, for the subdivision. It's really cool. Like I said, the original Memory Man didn't do as much stuff as this thing does. That's for sure. But it's a very cool, nice analog pedal. The only thing it doesn't have is a tone control, which this next one, the way huge Supa-Puss, does have. Good old George Trips, who designed many delay pedals in his day. The DL4 from Line 6.
Interesting.
That company.
Yeah.
They're still around. Yamaha
People still love that pedal, man.
Yeah, man. It's a great delay pedal. He came out, I think he did the MXR carbon copy because they are MXR affiliated. Way huge. It's his company.
Yep.
So this one has like 5 or 6 Bucket Brigade chips. So
the most chips.
The most chips.
All the chips.
Yeah, it kind of has all the chips. Basically meaning it can get really slow delays.
Yeah.
So, and it has modulation with the depth and speed control. Subdivisions just like the Memory Boy. It has this also, I forgot to mention it, it's this really cool Trails mode where it'll like switch from different subdivisions. I forgot how to make it do it, but
right.
It's really cool, and it'll get all crazy. Yeah. Has a mix. It has a gain just like the other one does. And it has an overall tone control, which the Memory Boy does not have. It's nice dark delay. This one has, it's like a high-pass filter.
Yeah, we noticed that like it wasn't so much making it brighter like a digital delay, but it was just cutting off some of the low end.
Yeah, yeah, it's really
nice.
like
a lo-fi kind of sound.
I'll set it nice and dark first and gain back. But I'll give it some modulation, since this other one had modulation. Nothing crazy. I'll mess with them as we go. So it also has a delay trails mode, so it's a buffer basically, and so when you turn off your delay, it'll keep going.
That's nice.
That's really cool.
Like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's the tap tempo, idiot. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, and let me not get two delay lines going. Anywho, go ahead. Hear that grit? It's kind of cool. I'm going to turn it down and see how clean it gets. Pretty cool. Sounds like aliens or something, man.
Getting invaded now.
Let's do that. Try that again. I'm going to turn the tone all the way up there. See what we can do. That's one of the really cool things you can do with these delays, and I used to see guys on stage be like turning
really
up,
playing with it.
That's why those expression pedals really come into it. This has expression as well.
Cool.
Whoa! You plug that in, you can control a certain aspect, so you can do it with your feet and do more with your guitar. Yeah, that's really awesome. I think that's a great pedal.
Yeah, like you said, like with instead of having like crouch down and turn all your knobs, you can really like controlling like the rate and really like speeding things up a bit.
Yeah,
that's cool.
All right, the last one today is, I hate to say it, it's really not a real analog delay. There's no Bucket Brigade chips in here.
It's a big fat phony.
It's a big phony. It is a Strymon Brigadier D bucket delay, meaning it's a digital version of emulating an analog delay, which is really cool. Like the El Capitan doing the tape, this is doing analog delay.
Yeah.
It has bucket loss, which is what we were talking about. The more you turn it up, the grittier it gets.
Mm-hmm.
We found that it's not as dirty.
Right.
It's clean. It's a virgin. No,
as most Strymons are. Like even like the El Cap is a very clean version of the tape sound.
Yeah. It has bucket loss, which is emulating that kind of grittiness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll mess with that and see if it gets a lot. It has a short, medium, long mode, quarter, dotted eighth, and triplet mode. It's pretty much just like these other ones. Has tap tempo. So, but with digital, you can get as long as they made it. I think at least probably 2 seconds of delay in this thing. It's really slow.
Really slow.
Yeah. So that is the advantage of digital. So let's hear what it sounds like. It's already on here. Purdy. good job. I like it. It's nice.
That's a very pretty sound.
Yeah, a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Let's see how slow it can get. I want to see how crazy slow.
Yeah, pull that time down. That's
fast. Okay.
Oh.
This is like max speed. I could probably actually with the tap make it really, really long. Let's see how crazy I can do it. Yeah. It's like 2 seconds.
That's cool.
All right, that's cool. So thank you for joining us today in this super long video. But we really wanted to show off what these delays do. So I'm going to have Knox play us out today. Join us next week. Comment. I will respond to comments on YouTube.
You will.
Be nice. Don't be mean.
Be as mean as me.
Great. Now I'm going to be all depressed at work.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Give him some love.
Yeah. Give me some love. It doesn't have to be all love, you know. I like criticism. I need to know what I want to fix to make these videos better for everybody else. So,
and hey, we have all these pedals here in the shop.
Yeah.
So come on by and pick one up.
Pick them up. Anyway, I'm going to get crazy and get all analog delay E and turn some knobs and play us out. So go ahead.
Bye.